Cameron Brandt is now with us. He's Director of Research at EPFR Global. Cameron, great to have you with us here. Thank you for your time. Flows is what we want to get a sense from you, Cameron. So how are they looking? We were just Surabhi was just saying that yesterday we had that positive daily FII number, even if you account for all the blocks, etc. Otherwise, it's been one long string of sell numbers. So in terms of funds that you track, what's the takeaway?
Well, in terms of the dedicated India funds, it's exactly the way you just described it. A long grind lower, not a spectacular dive, but we did see yesterday the first sort of uptick. The selling has been really driven by a rotation to U.S. Asset classes, especially on the equity side. If your fund had U.S. in front of it over the past 4 weeks, it was likely to be in the money. So in some ways, it's a chance to take profits while all eyes are on the U.S. We're starting to see flows into some of the U.S. funds moderate a bit, but we're still looking at over 140 billion flowing into U.S. equity funds over the past 4 weeks.
Cameron, hi, good to have you on. So in Asia, there's, it's really interesting. We were till now only looking at China and what's happening with the economy and the policy response there. But this morning we've woken up to this news in South Korea. It's not a market that's, that's been linked with political uncertainty. And then suddenly, bam, you have this news coming through. In any case, describe to us what Asia funds have been doing, what's been the kind of picture with respect to flows in this region, including India.
Right. Well, it was interesting that you mentioned Korea because certainly over the past 6-7 weeks, the only Asian markets that had really attracted any amount of fresh money were Korea and Taiwan. Trump's election did not completely extinguish the artificial intelligence story, which has had so much to do with keeping the US market on an upward trend. So it will be interesting to see if the flows to Korea equity funds are able to power through this rather startling development today. Certainly in terms of China, it's been somewhat similar to the Indian picture, steady outflows, but they haven't been, notably large. There's still a fair amount of the money that flooded in just before the U.S. election that's sort of still in there. So it's not so much that people have turned against Asia, even if they are still waiting for China to give them a stimulus picture they can embrace. It's just that it's been all flows to the U.S. and the devil take the hindmost.
All right, Cameron, before we wind down this conversation, just confirming that the flows into the Indian markets have been as strong and you're not seeing any worries on that front. Is that correct?
So the flows to the Indian market, they did grind lower there for several weeks, but we just started to see what looks like a little bit of an upturn over the past couple of days, which it sounds like you've been seeing that through other lenses. And, as I said in an earlier conversation, given the strong performance of India's equity markets over the past year, I wouldn't be surprised to see some money come into the end of the year just to basically cozy up to that good annual performance.
Got that, Cameron. We'll leave it there. Thank you very much for your time. Appreciate you joining us here with that perspective. We'll take